Hey guys, Ethan here from Wildfire Sports and Trek, and today we're going to be talking about shoe drop, the different ranges of shoe drop, how it can affect your performance when you're running, walking and hiking, and how to find the best shoe drop for you. So let's get into it. So, what is shoe drop? Shoe drop is a standardized measurement between all of these brands that measures the distance between the heel height and the toe height in millimeters. Now, this difference is going to create a slope, and changing the angle of that slope or the height of that slope is going to affect your posture, how you walk, and how the shoe feels. We're going to be breaking this down into 4 ranges of shoe drop, starting from 0 millimeters and going all the way up to 15 millimeters. Now, it's important to note that the slope you see on the outside of the shoe is sometimes aesthetic, so it doesn't actually match the drop on the inside of the shoe. We just care about the slope you're actually standing on. The first range of drop we're going to be talking about is 0 millimeters of drop, or no drop, or zero drop. All of these terms refer to shoes that are flat-footed, meaning from the heel to the toe, there is no slope and no change. These shoes are great and have seen a lot of increase in popularity in the past couple of years due to the health benefits, such as improvements in posture, foot strength, knee strength, and helping you to return to a more natural stride. A great example of these is the Altra brand. These are mostly zero drop shoes, which are flat-footed with a bit of foam. They're very supportive and they've got a nice roomy toe box with wide feet. Within the umbrella of zero drop shoes, we have barefoot shoes. Barefoot shoes are a more extreme version and a bit of a naturalist movement for people who want to return to feeling flat-footed, truly barefoot. These are great for people who like walking barefoot already, but the city's dirty, or you want something that is a bit more protective, A great example of these is Vivobarefoot, Zero, or Vibram. If you're used to wearing shoes with a really high stack height or a lot of foam in the heel, like a HOKA, you might find it difficult to walk in barefoot shoes just to start out with. You might need to buy a transition shoe, which is just something that's a bit lower, something that is thinner, and if you go straight to a barefoot shoe, you might notice some pain in your feet or your knees because it's requiring more muscle and more work out of your legs and your feet to just walk. This may sound silly, but if you try them on, you know what I mean. However, if you're going from something that's already pretty flat, like a Converse or Vans, which are essentially zero drop shoes, you'll probably find just go straight to a barefoot shoe. Zero drop shoes are also a great choice for weightlifting or gym shoes, so you have a nice flat supportive base to push up through. Next up, we're going to be looking at 1 mil to 5 mil drop. Now, this is still a minimalist shoe. It's quite a low drop, but it's obviously going to be a bit higher than a barefoot shoe. These shoes share a lot of the benefits of barefoot shoes, especially if you don't want to commit to a zero drop shoe or if you want to transition. Here we have a HOKA Bondi 9. This is a 5 mil drop, so at the upper end of this range. And even though it has a huge stack height, it's a bit misleading to what the drop is on the actual height of the shoe. Now, for runners, this can help you strike with your midfoot, which can alleviate strain on your hips and knees. However, it is important to note that if you're a runner used to a higher drop shoe, you might find that there's more strain on your feet or your knees as the shoe is doing less work for you, and you're going to need to use more of your muscles to activate when you're running. 6 millimeters to 8 millimeters is our next range of shoe drop and is the current standard for most running and walking shoes. It offers a balanced experience between the benefits and drawbacks of both the drops below it and above it. It is probably what most people are used to. Here we have the Novablast 5. This is an 8 mil drop running shoe and it's a great all-rounder. Now, you may not notice these incremental changes in shoe drop. We're just talking about simple millimeters. But when you start to go from 8 millimeters to 0 or 8 to 15, you are going to start to notice these slopes and how it feels when you're wearing them. If you're not sure what drop is good for you, this is a great range to start in, which is the 6 to 8 millimeter range. A 9 millimeter drop or anything higher is considered a high drop for a casual or running shoe, but a pretty standard drop for the supportive shoes or the hiking shoes. Now, with the supportive shoes, the elevated heel can help to alleviate pressure on your Achilles and your calves. This can help to be more supportive and even help you pronate less. A great example of a supportive shoe is this Brooks Adrenaline GTS 25. This is a 10 mil drop shoe with a firm heel foam, which is nice and supportive, and the GTS stands for Go To Support, which means it has a guide rail which helps to keep your foot straight and aligned while you're walking. Most hiking shoes will fit into this category of high drop, except for zero drop and barefoot shoes. While you may notice a trend towards zero drop for casual and running shoes, most hiking brands are sticking with a high drop, and this is for great reason. First off, hiking boots with a heel are going to act like a natural brake when you're walking downhill. It's going to catch with the soil and stop you from slipping. Secondly, the more support, the better, because when you're carrying a heavy load, it's going to be pushing your center of gravity back, putting more strain on your heels and your knees. A high heel is going to push your center of gravity back into the midsole, giving you a more stable and returning you to a natural stride. A great example of a high drop hiking shoe is the Scarpa Terra Gore-Tex. Now, you may not notice it from the outside, but this is a 15mm drop shoe, and it's got quite a heel stack height in the back to push you forward when you have a heavy bag like we talked about, and make sure you're walking on your midsole, which is the most stable place to be walking. While shoe drop can be up to personal preference, we've seen that each range has its benefits. So it's worthwhile to try on a pair of shoes from each range and see what works best for you. There's no one size shoe that fits all. Now, to recap, first up with the barefoot shoes. This is the most natural approach to walking, but it can take some getting used to. Same with the zero drop shoes. Next up, we have 1mm to 5mm. This is a minimalist approach and is great for daily use, less assisted running, or transitioning to a barefoot shoe. Next up, we have 6mm to 8mm. This is the standard for most shoes and is the optimal slope to help push you forward while running. Lastly, we have 9mm and over. This is the most supportive and is highly recommended for backpackers to give you the most stability in your heel. Now, if you want to check out any of these or have any questions, leave a comment below or come in store at Wildfire Sports and Trek or go to our website at wildfiresports.com.au. Thank you for watching and good luck.